Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I said to myself, this day can't possibly get any better, and then this trailer for the new Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 drops with a look inside how they're designing the new game, and it's I can't really say anything. It's an absolutely wonderful day today. So let's jump in and let's discuss this trailer. As always, if you click the description of this video, the full link to the trailer is there. Just a word of warning, it is all in French, so it does have subtitles on it for those of you who don't speak French, but the subtitles are provided for you, and it gave us a great look into the insight of what to expect now for Battlefleet Gothic 2. As you've seen in the background, it's showing some footage. The footage which is being shown is all alpha footage, by the way, just to make sure that people get that across. There was a couple of developers speaking, and they were just speaking about the process of how Battlefleet Gothic 2 is going to be different, how they plan to make it better than the original game. Now, one of the big things from this trailer is that they announced the game will be taking place in the Gathering Storm. It is the first game that takes place now in the new lore, and this has probably got me most excited about anything. I'm a huge fan of the new lore. I'm a huge fan of Guilliman returning. I love the Primaris Marines. I know it's rustled a lot of people's feathers and stuff, but for me, the advancement of the story has really brought me back in to the 40k atmosphere as a whole, and even hyped my levels up as a fanboy even more. It's great to finally see that games are now embracing that new lore as well, because it is such an amazing storyline what you could do with it now. For those of you who don't know what the Gathering Storm is, basically Cadia has fallen, it ripped in half, the Eye of Terror has just exploded. There's a huge rift across the entire galaxy now. The Imperium is more or less split in two halves, the north and the south. Guilliman's returned. There's a lot of bad things happening, and it makes, well, hopefully it makes for an amazing storyline, a new single-player storyline with this game. I really do have hope that this game is going to excel in all the areas which Battlefleet Gothic were a little bit weaker on. One of the most weakest areas for me was the multiplayer aspect of the game. I know when I play it now, there's not really a lot of people playing, and it's such a shame because it can really be a fantastic game once you get into it. But the problem is that some fleets are just so powerful, they can just stomp all over certain fleets, and that scared a majority of the player base off. So if the developers are going to be coming at this game hoping to mirror Battlefleet Gothic 1, I would heed the advice is that please, if you can, try and listen to community feedback, try and get these fleets as balanced as possible, because I don't want to see that kind of domino effect where one fleet just becomes so powerful and it scares everyone away from the game, because Battlefleet Gothic, this series, has huge potential to probably take the mantle now of the mantle of an RTS game for 40k since the, well, in my eyes, the failure of Dawn of War 3. One of the things that jumped out at me straight away on this trailer was the connection of the developers to the actual IP itself. These chaps are fans of the Warhammer IP, and what I look for in an actual company who make 40k games is this kind of stuff. People who are fans designing 40k products, because it adds to the product as a whole. These chaps know what 40k is. They know what the ships look like. They know how they act. They know what the weapons sound like. They are fans like us, so they are not going to get this stuff wrong. And when you come to play these kind of games, that passion, that fandom, that creative knowledge, let's say, behind making this product and the connection to the 40k IP as a whole shows in the final product. Take, for example, Space Hulk Deathwing. Now, I know that these chaps are not connected to Space Hulk Deathwing at all. It's a different studio, but Focus Interactive, the publishers and stuff like that. But take, for example, that game. When you jump into Space Hulk Deathwing and you walk down the corridors and you see the iconographer, the skulls, the binary, the blood splatters, just everything involved in that game screams to me fandom of the people who designed it. They know what 40k is. They know what things look like, and that adds then for me to the level of excitement when I'm going along these corridors. And there's certain times where I just stop and I'm just looking up at the ceiling, just looking at the pipes, and for a game to make me stop and do that, I know it's a special game. I know it's been then created with the love and the passion and the fandom of the IP itself. Now, for those people who are eagle-eyed viewers, let's say, and who go and watch the trailer, you'll probably see a lot of stuff in the background. I think I saw the Phalanx at some point. I'm not too sure, of course. Everyone's debating if that's Macragge's Honor or not. I'm going with it is Macragge's Honor. There's obviously Necron ships in the background. We had a little glimpse of the Tyranid fleets and some of the stats and all that kind of stuff. I really do think that this game is probably, for me, is going to be the most anticipated 40k game of the year now. Unless something marvellous and huge comes out and just knocks this off its throne, this for me now is the king of what to look forward to. I've always enjoyed Battlefleet Gothic, like I said at the start of the video. The story itself is just, I can just go and replay that so many times because I just love the cutscenes, the enjoyment, and just jumping in and experiencing a game where it's fun. It's a fun story. It's an emotional story as well, and you get connected to the characters you actually play. Now, this is where I think they can really improve in Battlefleet Gothic 2. Now, one of the problems for me when I was playing multiplayer was that when I had a fleet and I lost a ship, I simply just bought it back, like after the round was finished, for a certain amount of requisition points. I would love something where like each ship now means something to you, like in the actual multiplayer game. So if you're jumping on and say you've put all these points in a ship, you know, that ship means something to you. If you lose that ship, then maybe that will give you like a fleet-wide debuff where it, you know, it will affect the rest of your fleet or some, you know, something on the lines of that. So losing the ship means something. So every judgment you come across when you actually come and play the game, it's you really have to think about it. It's just not one of the things where now I just go in and I just put everything just to ram and just ram them into minefields. I don't really care if my ships explode or anything. I'll just go for like full ramming speed. But if we have something where the ships actually mean something, and then they can level up with you then through the multiplayer aspect of the game, and you can add more stuff to it, maybe more iconography, maybe something really, really cool where if you're doing very, very well with this fleet, maybe something will pop up saying certain such admiral is dominating at the moment. You guys better be prepared for this guy. He is the master of space, or you know, the heavens, or however you want to say it, and stuff like that. You know, like really, really cool things which they can bring into the multiplayer aspect, just to make it more fun and just a general better gaming experience for everyone. Okay, chaps, I think I'm gonna call it at that. I'm completely shattered. The Rogel Dawn announcement blew me out the water, and then this came along, and I was just like, okay, this surely nothing else can come to, surely nothing else can come today and add on top of this. I'm super excited for Battlefleet Gothic 2. For those of you who don't know, I am attending the Focus event in Paris on the 7th of February. I'm hoping to interview the developers. If you've got any questions for me, I'll try and put them over to the developers, but again, no promises with that. And yeah, I'll do my best to get as much information, and I'll come back and I'll share it with everyone who's a subscriber on the channel, and we can discuss it and have some good talks about it. Right, thank you for watching the video. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and I shall see you all very, very soon. See you now, and bye-bye.